This is Joan McWilliams, and I'm talking about an advanced lesson in Excel today, how to create pivot tables. Pivot tables are great for when you have many rows of data and you want to be able to sort them and create subtables and look at them to answer questions. It's really a summary table of your original spreadsheet. The spreadsheet that I would like for you to look at now is on my webpage. It has 4,000 fictitious voters on it, and there are 7 columns. Let's open it now and look at what this spreadsheet looks like. First of all, like I've already told you, it has 4,000 lines, but going across from the columns, you'll see that the first column, A, has voter ID in it, which is a unique code. The second column is the party the voter is affiliated with, Democrat, Republican, etc. Then their precinct. This is where they voted. Their age group. This is a range of ages. When they last voted. This is the date they last voted, and then the years they've been registered. So you have lots of information about each voter. And of course you want to answer some questions. Maybe you want to answer a question of who votes mostly in one precinct. Is it more Democrats or Republicans? How many of young people vote? Which has the largest precinct? Those sorts of questions are typical ones that you can answer instantly with a pivot table. To get ready to do a pivot table, let's just simply select all of the data on this spreadsheet. Click in the upper left corner and you'll see the entire spreadsheet is selected. Now go to the tab at the top, click on Insert, the Insert tab. Then select the pivot table icon that's to the left. Click on that and a dialog box will open. In that dialog box you have 2 defaults. One says that you look at the range, you see that you selected all 4,000 rows. The second default asks where do you want to save it. So you say you want to save it in a new sheet, so you accept the default. Now your pivot table opens and what do you have? You have a series of blocks on the left. At this point they're empty. On the right, a pivot table fill list, and it has listed the same titles that we had as columns: voter, party, precinct, etc. And at the bottom of that fill list are 4 quadrants for how you will create your report. All you have to do is move the fields between the different quadrants and it will make your report. Let's start with the voter field, first field. Move it down in the lower right quadrant under value and it'll immediately say count voter. And you'll see on the left that already you have a table form. It'll say total count voters, 4,000. Next, let's move the word precinct down under the row labels. Now you have a list of all the precincts, and out from it in the second column you have a count for how many people voted in each precinct. What if we want to know which parties voted in those precincts? Just go to the top, drag the field quadrant called column, and in addition to your counts for the precinct, you now have a column. You now have a series of columns that tells you how many of each party voted for each precinct. The last quadrant says report filter, and you can use this in different ways. For example, maybe you want to just select certain precincts and look at them. So move the word precinct or copy it again up to the top in report filter. Now you'll have a down arrow, and when you click on the down arrow, we'll see all the precincts listed. You can select one of those or 2 or 3 of those or all of those, and your report will adjust. The view of the report changes as you select the precinct. This is a really neat way to create tables go in a report. For example, all you need to do is select this and copy it and paste it to another spreadsheet, and you have a report that you can save that is sorted by precinct. You can pull the age group down into the row labels or the column labels. It will work either place. The looks of your report will just change. You could also use the age group as a filter. Maybe you want to only see the precincts where the youngest voters vote. And when you do that and you select that age group, your entire report changes. So this is an overview of how easy it is to work with pivot tables and how quickly you can create reports, tables, etc. You can sort in a pivot table. You can use a particular field and do a sum there. You can do an average. You can calculate the grand totals. You're only limited by your imagination. So let's play around with this data for a little while and just see what you can create.